And tēnā koutou katoa and welcome back to Bruce Pulman Park, Tama ki Makoto, Papakura, and this is the Open Men's Final, Waikato versus Auckland. This is a replay of this morning's big semi. Auckland come through the back door and we're about to kick off this match. So Etu Whanau 2018 National Touch Championship, joined by George Yonke, Amaya Williams and Michael Kavanagh and Cav. This is, as some say, the cream of the cream. And how are you going to pick this one, Cav?
Yeah, it's the number one game of the day that I've been waiting for, Hika. A lot of connection to a lot of the boys that are out there, and even the boys on the field, as we can see through the handshakes. But Auckland, they've gone the long way. I saw them go down, get up in a tight game this morning, 12-11. It's going to come down to the legs. Do Waikato have a little bit more in the tank because they got the break, or is Auckland going to come through with a little bit of secret weapons that they may have up their sleeves?
Yeah, good summary there, Kev. What a great game we have here between Auckland and Waikato. 3 days of action build up to this great grand final here, the showdown between the two best men's team in New Zealand. Who's going to come up trumps, the white or the black? It's going to be a showstopper. The weather forecast is looking for a shower of tries, outstanding hurricanes of speed, and an array of X factor with a sprinkling of side steps. We're going to have all the action here today. This is going to be the showstopper for 2018. Can't wait to get into it, Hika.
Yes, and Maya, are these the top three ranked refs in the country? How does this work, Maya?
Yeah, these are the top three referees in the country for the 2018 season. This is the game that every ref wants to referee, and in the last 10 years there's probably only been about 10 people to being able to ref this. So if you ref this, is probably the highlight of those three boys' careers.
Yeah, awesome, Maya, and no doubt all the rest of the referees, they'll be all tuned into this game and watching everything these refs do.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of pressure on these three refs, not only to keep up with these guys and have a good performance, but all the referees are watching because their expectations are you're the best, just like all the players around the field watching these two teams.
Oh, it's good having you here, Maya, giving us the updates from a referee's point of view and also a coach of Puff. What's that place? Paeroa College. What a great team. New Zealand national champions. And also backing up in the Thames Valley under-21s, doing very good today in the grand final. We're a few seconds away for the showdown between Waikato with the tap-off in the black, yellow and red, going from left to right on your screen. And on defence to start off, we have the prominent white and blue Auckland, the breeding ground of New Zealand players. It's a blinder. It's going to be all good today.
And here we see Legion, current touch black men's representative, starting the game off, finding Mita. Great ball player is Mita Graham. As we find him starting to set something up through Raiki Willison. Nice little dive pass to Tamuri. Touch made, good defence there. Auckland will be looking to be nice and strong off their line here. They'll want to start the game nice and strong, get their tails up nice and early. Try keep the Waikato attack out. As we see Graham with the ball. Hotham. Very dominant name there in the Waikato region, Hotham, and I believe his dad Nigel's coaching.
Yes, and for a young coach like myself, he's definitely a master of a coach that you look up to. Nigel's just calm. I think you went and sat behind him at secondary school's Cav, so yeah, it's just and got a great culture within that team. And on the other side, we've got Dr. Alau Das. He's our man. He's the new man on the scene in the open men's grade, and he's bringing some really nice, fresh ideas to that game there, Cav.
Yeah, and both coaches have had good successes in their careers to date as well, so it'll be interesting to see the little secret tools that they bring out for this final, as we see Tumanawa with a nice left to right, across to the number 13 from Auckland, Bobby Mateariki, and touchdown, Auckland 1, Waikato 0.
Oh, some good driving through the midfield there by the white and blue. Nice little fumble there, managed to hold it in the hand, looks over the top. Beautiful pass into some space, and Mateariki, too much pace, finished off with a beautiful dive, taking the feet out of the way. Touchdown Auckland, 1-0.
And a big kia ora ana to Mateariki's whānau there in the Cook Islands. And here we go, back number 5, E4 Jones, fresh out of Hamilton boys, just tuning those touch players out of their college there in the Waikato Cav.
Yeah, had some tremendous success at the secondary schools of Hamilton boys over the last decade, and we can see that as they transition into the open men's for the Waikato Open Men's here.
Good set by Auckland, scoring the touchdown and answering the prayers with a great defensive set on their try line. Now they need to ruck it out, get back in the attacking position, the 5 metre line, to finish off with a good flurry to see if they can take it to 2-0.
Auckland just trying to find some clarity through their transition, a little bit messy at the moment. As we see Auckland finding some good extra meters through Law. Good drive there. Pass to Guthrie. Guthrie with the show and go, and he gets it down. A veteran of the game, Tama Guthrie, extends the lead for Auckland. 2 touchdowns to 0.
And Auckland, they've come out of the blocks shooting there. And just look at the rhythm. They've got Sean Law, beautiful power plant there, Cav, and comes through. And we all know Tama's just lightning speed. And then Tama, ball in 2 hands, show. What do? Showtime.
Tama, doesn't that mean, boy? Well, the start of a game, but he is the man. Tama the man.
Yes, and just while we're watching this stuff, Kev, so no doubt that Waikato won't, throw all the toys out the cot because things aren't going their way. They just go back to their systems.
Now, they got a lot of experience in that team, and I trust that they'll stick to their process and just look to really wear down Auckland as the game continues. Auckland off to a good start. They'll be looking to capitalise on it so that Waikato can't get back into this game.
Now, Maya, majority of these players out there, do you still call them by their number, or you call their names, or how does it work for you?
I think my philosophy, different ratio, different philosophy, but it's always best to call them by their number. Have a really positive and good rapport, but always keep them by their number so there's nothing, that biasness doesn't come in, or just stepping over the mark doesn't come in. Just a bit of a perspective for people watching, the referees out there. So in an open men's final, you're probably going to run around 6 to 8 kilometres during this game, but you're going to run it backwards at a sprinting pace. So if you just think about how fast this game looks for the players running forward, think about how it is for the referee. So that's why you must be in incredible good physical condition as a referee, and these are 3 of our best.
Awesome, Maya. And just one other thing, Maya, because I know the refs, they don't call you ref, we all call you, hey, Maya. So it's good to get that insight. And wow, man, 6 to 8 Ks. Yeah, I'm tired just listening to that, especially backwards.
As we see Waikato on attack here through Shannon Tamuri, current representative of the Touch Black Open Mixed. Sinclair, right to left, not his dominant way, but threw it to a nice link chopper there through Kren. Maddie shows the show and go, a little Mita Graham special, I think that one there is.
Oh, the show and go's worked once. He tried it for the Waikato team. Didn't work to the effect. Hey, we've got something going on here. Auckland boys not happy. I think the referee spotted a little accident there, or a little knock-on. Puts the Auckland team on the pump, on the 5 metre line, with Waikato with a fresh set of 6. Let's see what they can drum up here. Little quickie dive on the first one. The strike rate is good. Tell us all about it, Kev.
Yeah, nice little try there. Bailey Warbley, just a nice little split off the ball here. Managed to get on the outside of the player as we look to the replay. Goes for the same-o. Manages to swipe off. Takes to the outside. Dives in. Good reach. Try time. 2-1, Auckland.
Excellent. And I think just going back to what Maya was saying about how the refs, how many Ks they run, as players, you actually, when you're on the sideline, you stop, you're pretty much stagnant, but the refs are still walking up and down the sideline, aren't they, while the game's still running. So, man, that's awesome to get that knowledge. But here we go, Waikato. Found their feet now, I think, and Mita, the experience that they've got to call on. Nice direct yards. They'll get a fresh set of players on this one, Kev.
Yeah, just good intensity coming off the line here. Waikato they got their turnover, got some good strike dumps on straight away, as we see through Sinclair. Good dump there. Auckland equal to the task. Just good short side defence there as they'll look to get out of the red zone.
Nice. And, Auckland, it's good to see that they're moving the ball up the middle. Pokaiaua there, number 9 for Auckland. They come around on the back here. Nice. Brosnan, he's in on this set. Son of the Manhattan himself. Big shout-outs to Amatua Phil there, out watching in the crowd. And here we go. Nice strike dump here. Oh, beautiful plant. And here goes Bros now. Nice speed shown by Bros. Beautiful set of 6 there. You'll be happy with that one, Kev?
Yeah, just good completion there by Auckland. Although they didn't get to score, they're in the right end of the field, able to kill the ball in the right-hand corner there on your screen, meaning that Waikato had to go all the way across the field to be able to get to their box. And as a result, there's an error. Auckland, hot on attack.
Yeah, Kev, there's a lot going on in that ruck area. Fundamental here is we need to protect that ruck area. Who wins the most rucks usually comes out on top. If they can get down to the right end and not have too many turnovers, they're in a good position. So there's been a few errors here, but we're all excited. It's been great 7 minutes of the first half. With 12 and a half minutes to go, we're expecting a lot more touchdowns.
Yeah, look for number 14 here, Connah, Pamatatau. Great ball, right to left and left to right. So look to see him being used for his passing game when we're down here on the 5.
So this is a real business then for the referee in this game. They're watching the touch of where it is, marking the 5, and thinking about the players who next become involved.
As we see there, Pamatatau using that pass of his, but unfortunately for this time, called forward. Waikato were looking to get out of trouble. Just need to find a bit of flow through their transition to be able to get Auckland on the back foot to create some strike opportunities at the back end of their yards.
Beautiful direct yards, and now Mita's on the ball. And if you watch this next defensive touch, they'll try and get the body in really good position and try and win that space. And he stayed quite square there, Mita. A little bit of room to get through. Sneaks through a nice little hole there, Mita. Stays in. Was he in? Oh, and Georgie, the official, was right on the money there. Maya, do you know, are all these refs international refs? Have they refed at that level?
Yeah, absolutely. So all 3 of these referees for the last 5 years, and for Tony about the last 10 years, have been reffing in the international level in the Opens grade.
Auckland taking up through the middle. Here's that danger man, number 8, looking for the referee to call offside, but Cam, the man's happy with that one. Waikato answering the prayers, getting back on 5, and now they're hot on attack with the first yardage play up the sideline, taking it back through the sideline and going into the midfield with 2 touches gone. We've still got 4 up their sleeve. They're in the right area of the field. Back to the midfield plate. Will be looking with a scoop here. Settling things down. Getting a bit of structure going. Working out what Auckland are going to do on defence. He goes a little quick shuffle. From dummy half, nothing. Holding up. Chopper. The old basic chopper. Carving it up through the middle. Talk us through that one, Kev.
Yeah, something from nothing there, George. Cameron Todd, lovely chop hole here as we see Hotham a little bit late to the ball here. So Auckland were able to set themselves, but Todd, just a lovely chop line here. I wonder if it was planned. Well, it was planned good enough for me, mate. Old Cam there carving up like the old mid-eye butcher. Not the flashes, but tastes so good when you put it on the plate. Like that is great to see. Waikato back in this game, 2 apiece. Yeah, look for Sean Law here, the man there. Oh, and with a bit of acrobats, he touches down. Sean Law, the captain of the Auckland Open Men's, taking the lead out to 3 touchdowns to 2.
And isn't it awesome to see Sean Law in that role? He's normally your grinder, does all the hard work, but look at him work off the ball. And Tamana, a beautiful flat pass there. And he's got to get aerial just to get this in. Excellent finish and way to touchdown. And Dr. the Takuta, Rahul Dats, I see him, he's got a little bit of a shimmy in the side box there.
Yeah, he'll be happy to see that. And it just goes to show Sean's versatility as a player. Knows his role and responsibility, but able to show a bit of X factor in scoring that one. As we see Graham looking to set things up, gives the ball to Jones, back to Graham, showing a bit of footwork. Oh, equal to the task. Nope. Georgie sees something different. Touch and pass there. Unfortunate, look good.
That was a nice sneaky little setup there, Kev? That's a new one.
Yeah, well, we saw earlier when he went dead, he did a little bit of line dancing, so maybe he was just bringing it back into the 5-metre game.
Yes, I hear he's been going to some sneaky ballroom dancing courses there. But hey, that's just the old Chinese whispers. They're back live here, Bruce Pulman Park. Oh, boot, yeah, Tama. Check those hands out. Yes, and I'd smile if I catch one of those too. And you've played alongside this gentleman, Tama there, Kev, and beautiful player.
Yeah, now Tums, he's probably one of those players in New Zealand that you hate to see when you come up against him, but one of those players when he's on your team you just want to unleash him. And I've been lucky enough to play alongside him in the black singlet for many years now, and one of my fellow roommates when we go away on tour.
Oh, you got to love those ones. When you do the jobs well, you got to chop those holes out at length. That's what you ask for, and he does it well. And I think he really needs to change his name to Tani.
Oh, and here we go. 4+, but yes, Auckland, they've definitely showed up to this one prepared, Kev. We watched the semi this morning. They've had to go the back road, and they look nice and fresh. And early on, Maya talked a lot about the momentum swing, and I think Auckland have the momentum at the moment.
Yeah, we can just see that Auckland have done a little bit of homework here on Waikato, and the scoreline's reflecting it at the moment. But if we look to the other side, just look through Mita to really control the game as it comes into that back end of this first half, or through Sinclair defensively. Very good defensive player, and also has a good left to right if he's down on the other line.
And once again, we've got Maya Williams in the commentary box just around the effects that the top referees have on a game, and it's nice and open and flowing. You happy with the rhythm here, Maya?
Yeah, there hasn't been too many penalties through the middle of the field for offsides, and so that's a real key indicator to see how effective the communication is by the three referees. So they're working really good as a team. As I say that, there's been a penalty there. And just one thing with penalties on sets, there was a bit of study done in the international level around every time a team is given a penalty for offside late in their set, 83% of the time they score. So what we're really after is an early penalty or no penalty late.
Well, let's check out those stats, Matt. If you get it right, mate, you buy a lottery ticket because you could be paying big dividends here. Referee's having a look, and we're asking a couple of questions. Okay, what's he like on this one?
So there was a referee didn't know whether the player called for the touch or not. He's gone back for the touch in the pass. He's double-checked with the player, otherwise he would have played on and that would have been a touchdown. The player has said he did touch him, so he's gone to the touch and pass. Great call, and just making sure he got the right call.
Great call. It's been some outstanding referee in these grand finals today. On Sunday here at Bruce Pulman Park, the action is tight. We've got Auckland leading the game. The guys that went the hard way, playing the extra game today. You wouldn't think so right now with 14 minutes gone in this game, but let's see if they can keep it up for the next 26 minutes. Hena, once again, potent from dummy half, looking for some action.
Waikato Yarding out of trouble here, probably looking to get a good transition here through Williston. Back to the side as we see Graham and Tamuri on the ball. Look for these two as they come down into the fourth and fifth touch. As we see a good drive there. Graham looking open. Hits the link chopper, a flick over the top. Touch and pass called by the referee there. We'll go back for a penalty. Can Auckland get out of trouble?
Excellent. And if you've just tuned in, streamed live here, it is the Open Men's 2018 Whanau Touch Nationals Championship, live and direct from Papakura here out south side. And it's a beautiful day, and it's a little bit overcast, and these are nice conditions to play touch in, Kev. Not too hot, and you don't have to wear too much sunblock.
Yeah, no, it's been hot earlier this morning as we see Law again just showing some speed to get on the outside of his link defender there, but E4 is equal to the task. Good touch in the corner. But like Auckland are doing, they're killing it in that zone, making it tough for Waikato to transition out as it goes through Graham.
And if you're part of the stream, we've just seen that we've got some friends in the USA that has joined us on the stream. I know you've got a few friends over there. George, could you talk through some of those people? I know Maya's been over there also.
Yeah, Maya's been a bit of a legend over there, so he's created a bit of chaos over there with the ladies. So now I've got the update from the boys. They're posting it in and say, keep that way from USA. There's not enough to go around for you, buddy. So right now, the boys from USA are doing the shout-outs here, loving the game, loving the action, taking the notes down for the USA Nationals in October this year.
Yeah, just while we're talking about the USA, OJ Hawea, a former Kiwi boy and still very proud Kiwi at heart. He is the president of the USA Touch Association over there. He's a very progressive, forward-thinking person, and where he's taken touch and the people around him helping him out is just fantastic. So he's really taken the USA Touch game on huge leaps and strides. So it'd be really exciting. I know he's got a goal of getting his first medal at the upcoming Open World Cup, and he really wants to compete in that women's grade.
And I just see one of my cousins have tuned in there from the High Veld in South Africa. Afrika ki te tunga. I just want to say hello to Rangi. And here we are, live and direct. Mita Graham, left to right in the corner. No, they get a penalty recount here now, Kev. 3 minutes to go in the half. How would you like to see Waikato? What type of play do you think they'll run with this defensive system that Auckland have?
I think they'll look to create a bit of movement, and whether or not they play through mitts, we'll look for some ball play, or just like we see there, a little bit of run and gun. Pokaiaua called the touch.
Yes, and 9 for Auckland. He's coming through quite nicely now, isn't he, Kev? He was in your New Zealand 20 boys at the Trans-Tasman last year.
Yeah, He was a member at the last Trans-Tasman, and he really showed a lot of growth over the 3 days. His first real taste of international touch, and I'm pretty sure he's eager for some more with the Youth World Cup coming up in August. And there we see it again, a little tip over the top. Number 14, Thompson Reed-Karena.
Excellent, and they run a nice phase play there. I guess that's probably how they've broken down this defence now. So they run short here, gets a quick ball, and they've still got to be nice and sharp here because the wing is up. Nice tap over the top from Legion, and that winger still made him work for that try, didn't he, Kev?
Yeah, Ropati just held off there, tried to balk the touch, but the Waikato offensive player was able to reach out. Matty was able to flick that ball to Hotham and Hotham over the top.
Oh, hold all bets, guys. We've got a game on our hands. 3 touchdowns, Waikato. 4 touchdowns, Auckland. 2.5 minutes to go in this grand final here at Bruce Pulman Park. The conditions are great. A little bit of wind. It dies down a little. It's died down a little bit, so all the fire is ready to explode.
Just from experience, these last 2 minutes are always by far the hardest, as we see another try for Auckland there. Beautiful inside ball. Great way to go in towards the half. But yeah, as a referee, these are always the hardest minutes in the game, the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Here we are on the replay, and there's Tama again. And if you watch, Connah just holds the ball in 2 hands at the hip, holds, and then a late shot. It just catches there right at the end, and that's Mateariki from the Cook Islands, Pewhairangi. And here we are live back, 1:30 to go, Auckland leading 5-3. Maddie Sinclair on the ball, trying to run a little follow play, but those gates are quite tight defensively, Kev.
Yeah, good range and good gates there by Auckland as they were coming back into their red zone, and they were able to make sure that they nullified their defensive players. We see Graham with the ball, good left to right, trying to hit that chopper. Tumanawa in the channel, couldn't quite grab hold of it. Waikato another set of 6 to hopefully get another try before the half.
And Cameron Todd, number 1 there, I watched them play in the 18 boys at the Youth Nationals, so there's still some young, talented players coming through.
Yeah, young side here. As we see through number 15 for Waikato, Amo Wilbur reaches out, and just like I said, they get their try before their half. 5 touchdowns to 4.
Yes, and this is his first Open Nationals, representing for the Wolfpack down there in Ropati. And there we go, beautiful, nice and quick, and he gets low, too low, and that's the score now. Auckland leading Waikato by 4-3 with 30 seconds remaining. 5-4 official score. Auckland leading, 30 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, just look for Waikato here to run a bit of a chill defence where they'll try and hold off the ball as much as possible, try and waste that time so they don't overcommit to too many touches leading into this half.
As a ref, Maya, you hoping you don't have to call penalties in these last seconds of a half?
Absolutely. You don't want to have that impact on the game, particularly in this late in the half. So your comms are really raised up. The water carrier would have told you there's 20 to go.
And that may complete the half. No transition. Waikato straight on the ball, and we're just about to get the half-time hooter. Waikato in possession, and there we go. Auckland leading Waikato in the first half. Oh, we've got a penalty.
So even though time is up, when there's a penalty, while the siren rings, we always make sure we play out the penalty. The next time the ball is dead or at the touch, it will be half-time.
Yeah, good finish to the half there by Waikato. They were under a bit of press early, down 2-0, managed to claw it back to 2-2, but Auckland equal to their tasks, and they came back strong and managed to go into this halftime with a 5-4 touchdown lead. Some good touch being played out there, eh, Hicks?
Yes, definitely, and we would just like to apologise that we haven't been able to have the team lists up live for you over the duration of the day, but I'll read out who's in the Waikato team, and Cav will read out the Auckland team. So number 1 for Waikato, Cameron Todd. He was part of the New Zealand 18 mixed 2018 New Zealand 18 boys trialist. He's a first year he's studying health and science, so Cameron the scientist. Then we've got Mita Graham and Cav Mita. There's not too much that Mita hasn't done in the game. It's awesome to see his leadership. Number 3, Maddie Sinclair out of the Loaded Club. And we've got number 4, Raiki Wilson. Now, he's a nice young player coming through. E4 Jones, part of the New Zealand Open Mixed High Performance Program. And Shan Tomiri, and he is captain of this team. Young Shan, he's a really good leader. Then we've got Manaki Hita, Legion Hotham, who is son of Coach Nigel, Bailey, Dylan Brockett, Finlay Barnett, Tairua Crean, Sunny Tehira, Thomason, Reed-Karena, Amo Wilbur and Chauncey Waho. Your manager is Michelle Strafford. Coach Mita Graham, Eugene Hepi, great winger for the Touch Blacks, Eugene Hepi. And then we've got physio Otu Muli and Nigel Hotham and Nola Isaac. And that is your Waikato Open Men's team.
And as we cross to the Auckland men's team, and I apologise if I pronounce any of these names wrong. Number 1, Brosnan Meleisea. Number 2, Tama Guthrie. Number 3, Tumanawa Tawhai. Number 4, Richie Mateariki. Number 5, Peter Hita. Number 6, Sean Law. Number 7, Tuhi Muir-Tuuta. Number 8, Hena Tuatea. Number 9, Pokaiaua Isaiah Kurukaanga. Number 11, Reihana Soutar-Finch. Number 12, Aorere Pewhairangi. Number 13, Bobby Mateariki. Number 14, Connah Pamatatau. Number 15, Takoha Ropati. Number 16, Christopher Middleton. And number 17, Isaac Walker. Coach, Rahul Das. Assistant coach, Tivoli Guthrie. And manager, Charlie Cruz.
That is outstanding pronunciation there. Cav, it's cool to kōrero. Awesome, that's our man from the 03 Canterbury Open Men's team who's joined us in the commentary box. Also, we're very, very lucky, George, to have Maya Williams. We've never had that perspective from an official ranked number 1 in the world for many, many years out of Pairo, and took Pairo their first secondary school's national title. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, these boys seeking a few extra seconds here before we start the game. Auckland ready to take the tap off. Everyone's back on the field, ready for the action. Hika, tell us about it, that first half. Who will you say were the showstoppers in both teams?
Yes, I think we always, I guess, first look at the attacking styles, but I would like to commend a couple of the Auckland outside defenders. I think they really tightened up their defence, but I think, for me, Tama Guthrie, he featured really, really heavily in that. And Sean Law, it's really good to see Sean Law showing another part of his game that you don't get to see in the New Zealand setup, because he is a really good ball player and beautiful off the ball work. But I expect Mita Graham to take this half by the scruff of its neck.
Yeah, I've played a lot of touch through Mita, and fellow member of his Wairere crew and the On It crew as well. So it's really, he's a really calm player, and nothing's going to fluster him too much, and look to him to really show his leadership in the second half to try and bring these young, as we see a bit of a sideline break. Bailey Warbley down the sideline. He's going to open the scoring for Waikato to start this half. He's going to even this up, 5 touchdowns apiece.
Excellent, and we didn't see that one coming.
No, a little bit of pop-out play there, maybe caught the winger there, Reihana, offside, and good dive to almost be able to touch the player there of Bailey, but he strides out and just casually crosses to even that up, 5 touchdowns apiece.
Way to start the second half, Waikato. They defended Auckland, and then they come back at them.
Yeah, Hitch, just to carry on with that talk about Mita Graham, I mean, from a referee, there is no nicer player than Mita. He's been in the game a long time, and he really, really knows how to gain a rapport with the referees. He's one of the best, and so everyone sees the great pace and pass and skill that he has, but I'd say his greatest strength is the rapport that he has with the referees and what he does there. So fantastic player and ambassador of touch for our country.
Oh, excellent to know that. Yes, and he always definitely comes across like that, doesn't he, Mita? That's awesome to hear, and I'm sure if he watches this replay, he'll be wrapped with those raps. But here we are live back here at Bruce Pulman Park. E4 Jones rucking up the field, coming in touch 2, and we'll get a nice direct plant here by Reiki, and then on come the fresh troops there, care for Waikato.
Yeah, look to them to really probably go through the middle here. Look for a good bit of speed here from Hotham off the back end. As he chose to take the short side, does a good job of it, tries to find his pass. Oh, good touch there. Bobby Mateariki shows a bit of speed himself, chases him down. Auckland, yarding out of trouble.
Yes, and Bobby, Bobby, he's coming, he's starting to feature quite heavily in this game, isn't he, Bobby?
Yeah, no, he is. He's making some great defensive stops, and we see here through Middleton, driving through, Bros with the ball, finding Ropati. Bit of a slip. Oh, just a bit unfortunate for Auckland.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned old Bobby. He's been bobbing in and out of this game. I just wanted to say that I was in fits here. Outstanding player. He's showing his stuff. Represented Cook.
Nice, just cruises through to the end goal. Just trying to find. Oh, couldn't quite finish there. Yes, couldn't quite execute 15, but he's got a bit of speed there. Amo, First Nationals out of Wolfpack, Opotiki. And here we go, Auckland with the ball, and Bros, he's been nice and solid this game, Brosnan. We have Chris Middleton rucking it through. These young boys have come through the Pokaiaua, we call them chops. Nice little right to left. coming on a nice shot, excellent shot. Young 13, he's been playing really, really good again. He's just for young Sonny Te Hita, year 13 at Hamilton Boys. Look at this shot come in, boom, and he made sure of it. And that's a big body you're running into with Hena, but he stopped that one.
You know, and there we see a bit of flashy feet, but no, touch is called. Matty.
He's come back, and he's a true competitor, old Matty.
Yeah, I believe the nickname he's got over this weekend is Goldilocks. I believe fellow teammate Paul Davis from his Wairiri, from his old time at Waikato gave him that. As we see there, Raiki Willison scooping through, trying to find the player who just almost got through, and Matty, he gets his touchdown.
And Raiki, he's a little bit of a Mita mould in himself. He's very composed, young fella. Got a nice pass on him, just at the hip, nice fake. Good work off the ball, and here goes Matty Goldilocks scoring, and he'll be stoked to get down one for Waikato. Now Waikato take the lead, leading this game 6-5.
As we see through Law here, trying to really use his experience to set something up here for Auckland. Tuhi, great footwork. Look to see him on the back end of some live phase. Got a good left foot, got a good right foot, can go off either side. As we see him with the ball now, Tuhi finding Law. On the sweep, looking for the in and the out. Tuhi with the dive. Good touch there by Jones. Fifth touch. Back to Tuhi. There's that.
It's in the bin for bad jokes, guys. So I'm back here with an update of the score and the time with 6 touchdowns to Waikato, 5 touchdowns to Auckland with 14 minutes to go. And it's been a great game, guys. Are you happy with what you see out there today?
Yeah, no, it's been a good tight game, and this is what you want to see in the final game of the day. You don't want to see a blowout of 10 touchdowns to 1. You want it to be nice and close, and I'm sure you can agree from a referee perspective, Maya.
Yeah, absolutely. The penalties through the middle of the field is really what you're looking to really reduce, and these boys have done a great job working together, keeping the two teams apart, giving them space to play, and we've been able to see 11 beautiful tries.
Yes, and I just see we've got some more guests out in the Pacific there joining us on the stream. They've just popped up, and a big bula vanaka, a vakalevu to all of you there in Fiji, Sanai Sali Island, bula. And here we are live and direct back at this game. Waikato lead 6-5. We've got plenty of time. We've got plenty more touchdowns to come your way. 13 minutes remaining in this half of Waikato. They'll definitely look to try and get a little bit of change off this set, Kev.
Yeah, their completion rate's been really good through this start of the second half, and as we've seen, they've got 2 touchdowns as their reward. As we see Willison on the ball again, Wilbur, picks, short ball, Graham playing a bit of rugby.
Yes, nice. Still whole chopping, still completing those sets, and Maya brought up a stat earlier on about that the refs are trying to limit penalties late in the counts. Which is great, give them way early. Otherwise, I think it was 83% more touchdowns happen. So that insight, we never get that insight, Cav, George, from the ref's perspective. So I hope you're enjoying that knowledge coming to you live here from Bruce Pulman Park.
Yeah, and that's right there. Hika, sitting back on the coach, you want to see a lot of touchdowns. You just want to see penalties or ball going backwards and forwards. It's all about touchdowns in this game. What a game is all we want to see here with the grand final. Love the shift with Waikato up now, 6 touchdowns to 5. It was all Auckland for a while then. You guys said Mita Graham show's coming in the second half, and I think he's been the silent assassin, organising everybody quite well. Yeah, Tony R now, he doesn't need glasses, mate. He saw that one beautifully. Forward pass through the midfield, capturing that one. Waikato, missed opportunity. Auckland, back on attack.
Maya, just while we've got you here, can you remember your first Australian-New Zealand Open men's test that you were a part of? And what was that like?
Yeah, so unfortunately, my first game was a men's open game. I didn't really come up through the grades. It was in 2009 in Wollongong, and that first game was 13-11 to Australia. At half-time, I decided I wanted to quit touch refereeing because that was the fastest thing I'd ever been part of in my life. And by the end of the game, I knew that this was the only sport for me because it was the most amazing experience ever. So, yeah, that was chucked in the deep end at the start, but that's an experience I'll never forget.
Awesome. And how was it working with the top Australian, referees and the relationship? I know you've got a really good relationship now. and how's that worked over the years?
Yeah, there definitely was a us and them in terms of when we come together, but I must say now the culture within the international referees is the best it's ever been in terms of we are there to do the best that we can for the players because that's what the game's about. So that relationship is great now. And in the following week, we've got the NTLs coming up and a group of high-performance referees with the new high-performance referee structure that we've got set up are heading across to Australia. We're really trying to be on the same page in how we interpret the game and how we implement the rules in our game for the upcoming Trans-Tasman series in April.
Excellent. And any of these refs on display heading over on that tour, Maya?
Yeah, both Cameron and George are heading over on that tour, and they're definitely in the mix to referee at the Trans-Tasman. George, you look at him, and he looks like an old man. He's been in the game for 7 years, and I think he's only just turned 18. He's just started on a new in a new era of his life down at Canterbury University, but he is going to be a top referee for many, many, many years.
And I was talking to Cav earlier on, actually at the youth, that George is a ref that we all respect, Cav? You know, he's very approachable, and I didn't realise he was that young.
You know, he's got a good character to him, George, and he's fun. He's fun to be around when you're out there, and he earns the respect of his players as well. Okay,
now the game, it's been a bit of a test match these last few minutes. No doubt we'll start seeing a lot of these plays that they've been practicing over the campaign, building for this final.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Raul's dissected here in terms of what he's got in his playbook, as we see a little bit of a double drop there. Oh, and Tama, that man, Tama Guthrie, my roomie. 6 touchdowns apiece.
Yes, and this is the time when those plays come out, You know, it's a bit of ping pong for a while, but that's a nice, they run the 33, was it a wrap, and then he comes back for a second phase. Tumanawa, beautiful, right to left, and there's our man Tama bringing it up. So that's 6-all. And here we go, Mita's on the field along with, there we've got Shan Tormudi, E4 Jones. Here comes Maddie Sinclair on the fake dingo, is it? Little inside ball. And Mita Graham just as, yes, and we've been calling these players, it's time to stand up, air to whānau, and that's what we get there. It's Waikato take the lead, 7-6.
Yeah, nice little fake play here, using Maddie as the decoy, running on the out. Jones with a little bit of a shimmy there to look like he's going to dive, and Mita, all smiles, touches down. Waikato, 7 touchdowns to 6.
Oh, in the last 10 seconds, how beautiful has it been? 2 brilliant plays, and I know those 2 plays will be on replay all day. There'll be coaches all around the world seeing what those guys did, putting it on the stage there. The beauty these days, you've got YouTube, you've got everything there that you can catch up with the moves and so forth. Back in the old days, you had to go to Nationals, learn a move, and wait till the next Nationals. There was no coverage or nothing like that. So you get there and Auckland's moved on to the next move, and you're still doing last year's moves. Oh, no good, but now you're doing the moves a day later. 2 hours later. Good stuff. Thank God for technology.
Yeah, as we see Waikato here looking to get out of trouble as they're running through their boxer play where they'll look to get a smooth transition onto the field through Warbley. Todd going a half, finding Hotham.
And how have these wingers been going for you, Cav? You enjoying these young wingers Waikato have brought through this season?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have a couple of them on my list over the weekend, watching the games, and I've been really impressed by the 2 young boys from Waikato out there. And you never know what's in the realms of what's going to come up for them in the months to come.
Excellent. And winding down, we've got 7 minutes, plenty of touch still to be played. Cameron Todd, little floater ball, and that's what's that call? Yes, that correct call. He didn't play at that ball. Reihana coming on the shut, so Auckland now have position, and they'll just look to ruck up the field, probably go lateral, and then run this lane here on the outside, this link lane, and get some fresh subs on. Tama, yes, everything's going his way. Tama, and he's played excellent in this final. Tumanawa, he's had his hand on the ball a lot. We'd like to see 7 to Tuhi get involved here, Kev.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a battle, 2 versus 2, Graham versus Guthrie, a battle of the G's. And there we see it. Ball to ground. Waikato looking to come back through the field.
7-6, 6.5 minutes to go. This is where the battles are won. The grind is on. Who wants it the most? Driving up the field, no errors. Everyone's going push and pull from one end to the other. Who is going to take the next touchdown? Waikato using 3 touches up to the midfield on the 5 metre. What do they got? They steady the pace down. Here we go, Shan the man taking control. Looking out to the link there. E4 Jones from dummy half. Ooh, the winger coming in there. I like it.
Yeah, Reihana did really well there, a move that he's obviously been a part of many times as well, so able to read that nicely. But nice little pep play there, you know. It's the ones that you want to capitalise on, the ones that you bring out for the final to get those tries that are much needed. But Auckland defence equal to the task as we see it through Soutar-Finch. Back to Law for Tuatea. Law off the scoop. Look for a bit of footwork here. He's very good on the dive. Left to right. Good defence by the winger.
Excellent defence, and they just keep coming up on the stream. And he just wants to say a big hello all the way from Western Australia. Mike the Snag Daily is streamed in live here, and a big kia ora to Mike over there in Western Australia, Perth. And here we are back live. Shan Tomiri captaining this Waikato team this year. Excellent to see Nige pick up a young captain and groom them. And here we go, Cameron, Todd, these young boys from Waikato. They're very disciplined and stick to the structures. Here we go, Matty Sinclair. He loves a good battle. Here's Cameron Todd on the ball. Mita, just going to suck in. And it's a nice set, but I dare say now we need to start seeing some action from both sides. They need to start making the most of possession.
Yeah, Auckland just looking a little bit lethargic here. It's really going to come down to what's in the tank, who's going to empty the tanks first. As we see there through Pamatatau, good yard to try and bring a bit of flair into this attacking set. To Tuhi, finding Soutar-Finch, coming back to the middle for Ropati. Kurukaanga, nice little tips play, overlap here. Oh, to Tuhi, lovely pass, little dive in the corner. Oh, great defensive read there by the winger.
Yeah, great attacking dive there, getting off the ground, diving into the corner, but a beautiful touch there by the Auckland winger. Waikato answering the questions on defence. They're keeping the lead up by 1. They're keeping control. They're keeping composed. They're in a good spot right now, taking it through the midfield. Mita Graham taking the lead once again with a wraparound play, with a step off the right. Referee's happy with the on 5. Fifth and final play. There's number 6, handover. Auckland has ball.
So, Maya, we're getting into the last bit of this game here. Obviously, as a player, I understand how the legs are feeling. As a referee, is it mentally tough when you get into that final 10 minutes of a final?
Yeah, it isn't. But with the score being close, you sort of keep up for the game. And you know that this is your last game of the tournament, so you really empty the tank here. The hard part here is the players, as you say, are getting tired. So you're asking them to come back and they're really not wanting to. So you have to squeeze every last little centimetre out of them with your comms. And the earlier you get those comms in, the more effective they can be.
And these are those opportunities that you've got to grab late in the game. One good thing I like to see about Waikato, the defence is quite nice and tight, and they don't release too early, Kev. He just snuck through that gap, but through the red to the yellow zone of the field, Waikato defensively have kept really nice defensive shape.
Yeah, Tumanawa did well there. Maybe Reihana just overran the ball a little bit, and unfortunately ball to ground as the end zone got a little bit closer to him. As we see there, a nice little sevens play back to Tamuri. Good touch there by the defensive link.
Yes, and here's a nice little short play here, Kev. Yeah, great touch. Looked like he bobbled that too. Was that the call? I think he bobbled it.
Here we see just a penalty creeping in there from Waikato. They won't want to be giving them away. As we get into the final 2 minutes, Auckland, they're going to need something off the back of this. Look for their strike players. Guthrie out there. We go through Law. Finds that man, Guthrie. Look for him at the back end of this set, or Pamatatau on the right link there. Back to Tuhi, Muir-Tuuta.
Yeah, and we've been wanting Tuhi to get on the ball, number 7 for Auckland here. He's got beautiful footwork. Tama's involved. Tama's going to pick. Tama likes the sweep play, so it'll be interesting if they run those type of plays on the end of the set. That was excellent defence by Shan Tomiri. So it's going to come down to the defence, the D. And did he? No, I like those calls the refs put. There's no hand there, so it wasn't play on. Waikato, ruck off the field. Now this will be the gold medal set for them if they can complete. If they can score, it's a big bonus. But get down to this right-hand corner, complete their set, and Auckland are going to have to get desperate, Kev.
Yeah, they'll just look for a completion here. Waikato, as we see it go through Mita Graham, he'll keep nice and composed to make sure they use the 6. As we see him pick from half, looking for a left to right. Little shimmy, show and go. He likes that one, but Sean Law, he's played many times with mitts, so I imagine he knew what was coming up. And there we see another penalty. Auckland, they've got a minute. What are they going to produce?
Yeah, man, this is the gold medal right on the line here. So Auckland are going to come back, and this will be a play that Coach Roldas, he would have this play up his sleeve. Late in the game, he would have broke down this defence. Earlier, we saw them run a phase play, and that's how they broke them down. So let's see if they go back to the phase. Tumanawa, number 3, he's played really well in this game. He's definitely stood up. But Hena, he's on the ball. They run a man defence. Late cut switch there. No. Beautiful show off the ball. And Tumanawa with Hena number 8. Excellent off the ball work. And Auckland, they have tied it up in the final, and we've been waiting for a drop off all day. Will we get one, Georgie?
Yeah, here we go, mate. Here's the action. A little quick dump here. Hena, the man, he's explosive, has a little goosey, goes through, looks for the offload to number 3 from Auckland, touching down Tawhai. Outstanding. I think I'm going to call Hena torpedo because he's just blowing this game out of the park. We go to a drop off with 7-all. I think so, with 14 seconds to go. What is it?
Yes, and here we go. Yes, we've only got seconds remaining. 5th and final touch, so we've got one more up the sleeve. Here we go, one last plant here. Matty Sinclair is going to throw the long. He gets in the in goal on the dying seconds of the game. Is it ball down? What's the call? Here we go. This is a massive call, Maya, in the dying seconds of this game.
Yeah, obviously the refs coming together. They want to make sure they get the call right. They'll be talking about whether it was a touch or whether the ball was down. So Cameron's come on from the sideline. He's in a great position. Go straight into a drop-off. So what happens here is the teams have to immediately drop a player off. There is no rest period where the coach can talk to them. They come out. The team that starts the drop-off is the team that won the toss and started the game in the first half. Every 2 minutes, the teams will drop off another player until we get down to 3, where we will remain down at 3 until someone scores a try.
And it is an advantage if you win the tap-off. And here we go. This is the Open Men's 2018 Grand Final. The gold medal match, Auckland versus Waikato. And it's all drawn up. And we've got 5 players on 5. And once again, Kev, not everyone likes jumping out in these games. Kev, how are you going to see this go down, this drop-off?
Oh, I got a lot of respect for a drop-off. The last men's drop-off I was a part of went down to 3 against Australia. And it's one of the most grueling things, especially after you've played so many games of touch. It's just a really tough thing to be a part of, and it's going to come down to that mentality of who's going to grind out this drop-off and exploit that defence.
You're right on the money there, Kev. It's open now. With Waikato have had a set of 6. They've turned it over, so whoever scores next, it's all about that. They are going to be the champions for 2018. Gold medal winners, Auckland. 5 on. The 4th touch, I think they've got a couple more up their sleeve. They're in the right end of the field. Waikato have to work hard on defence. Is it going to be a man-on-man or is it going to be a shot? Looking over the top. We look for a dive for a touch. The referee's going to have a look together. He's screaming the touch. Referee's taking the 2 steps back. We have a moment. This game is all about moments. And it's Auckland's right here. The champions for 2018. Men's Auckland. Best of the best.
And here we go, and this is a big call, and it was brought down. It was the correct call, and as Maya said, these are the top 3 officials in the game, and that's why they get the big games. And what an excellent comeback there. I was only 1-in all the way. Beautiful respect, and it's been a while before Auckland have held up the trophy, Kev. And old Takuta, Dr. Roldas, first year in the top job with the Auckland teams, and he comes out with the chocolates.
Yeah, great finish there by number 5, Peter Hita, able to transfer that ball into his left hand so that the toucher was unable to touch his right. Good body movement. Auckland, what a way to finish.
Yeah, and all my excitement, I was talking about moments. Hena, the torpedo, locks it all up. And then our man, is it Takara on the wing, who made that important touch to stop the game and to go into extra time. And there we have it, the winner. And I was so excited. I didn't even see who won. But I dotted down for the last one. But Auckland take it. I'm going to go down and feel the ihi down there on the field because it's all on, mate. Auckland are celebrating. What a game. I'll leave you with Hika to wrap this up.
Yes, and just a big thank you to everyone, and we must thank Touch New Zealand. This has been a beautiful tournament. All the hard-working staff at the back here that you don't see, a lot like the referees downside that you don't see downstairs there. So just a big shout-out to Pam and all the crew up here. They put in the hard yards behind the scenes. And welcome. This is the Whanau 2018 Touch Nationals Championship, and you've just witnessed the Open Men's Final, and it is Auckland who are your 2018 champions, and a very humble gathering down there for their team. But to all the teams, you've done your provinces very, very proud. Some have travelled from the bottom of the south and the top of the north. So this is on behalf of Maya Williams, Michael Kavanagh, George Yonke, Liana Walker. We've also had Eru here on behalf of Māori TV, Nathan Kirk, and all those others that have joined us today. We just want to say thank you very much for joining into this live stream on behalf of Touch New Zealand. Stay safe, look after everyone, and e tu whanau.
Well, folks, the excitement is not over. We've still got some medal presentations to take place. So if we can first ask our open mix teams, Auckland and Otago, to gather towards the side of our finals field, so we can get the medal ceremony underway. And for those that aren't staying to take part in this amazing ceremony, can you please just be reverent of the fact that we tried to leave the field how we found it, and it was as beautiful as possible. So take all your rubbish with you. Be mindful of your belongings that you may have left behind. There is no lost property, it goes straight in the bin. So if you leave it behind, you leave it forever. Your attention, just a quick reminder, remember we've got the amazing training attachments series happening in Muir-Tuuta in April, and also an opportunity for us to upstate to not only our players representing Aotearoa, but also just to support Touch in general. Let's build that stadium. For more information, go to touchnz.co.nz for all the details of that. Come to Muir-Tuuta and enjoy yourself, absolutely free of charge to get in and support our Touch Blacks as well. We can take on our mighty opponents from across Australia.
Feeling excited here, down on sideline, feeling the ihi, man. What a game it was. Coming back, it was a game of moments. Auckland making it through to draw it up with seconds to go. Waikato defending it out. It was exciting, mate, and went to a drop-off. I'm here with Super Coach Ryle. 1 from 1, battling it out. One job at the top job for Auckland men's. How's it feeling, buddy?
Oh, mate, it's great feeling, eh? We went the long road today, 11 games on the trot, I think, which is a big national series. We lost to Waikato last night, then again in the major semi, and then had to play an extra game. And the boys' legs were hurting, but Tika, I think, came through in the end, and I really enjoyed it. My first year with the boys in charge, and what a way to finish against a classy Waikato unit. So stoked.
Oh, what a way to finish! I did put a bit of false security around there about 1 from 1 as the Auckland men's coach. You do have a little bit more experience than just one Auckland coaching gig.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I've a couple of years with the Otago team, but I'm guessing you're leading to the Touch Blacks Open Men. So no, it was great to see. If I take my Auckland hat off and put my Touch Blacks hat on, it's great to see all the Touch Blacks players playing really well, and from both sides. Waikato well led from our captain Mita and Sean Law, one of our leadership group for the Touch Blacks, leading the Auckland side, and the rest of the boys just standing up when it was counted. And what a final! It was fantastic.
Oh, awesome, mate. And there was there was 2 men that stood out for me in this game. Hena, the torpedo, coming through on the hooter, a couple of seconds before the hooter, to draw it up, to take you into a drop-off. How proud are you of that, captain?
Oh, very much so. Everyone just stuck to their guns and didn't give up, and it's a hard game. As you know, George, you have plenty of years of experience. It's a hard game to keep in that grind, and mentally it's tough. And the boys put it out there physically, but it's always hard to get there mentally, and that was fantastic. I'm super stoked, and I know the boys will enjoy it. It's been 5 years, I think, since Auckland last won it, so they're going to celebrate well. Yeah.
5 years, and there's a lot of experience in that team. And there was another man there, Tama Guthrie. All the guys in the commentary wanted to mention him. We're calling him the man. We should change his name to Tane Guthrie, because he was outstanding as well. So make sure you show appreciation congratulations to that guy. All the best. April, mate, it's all on.
That's right, April, 3 tests in Rotorua against Australia, and we've had a couple of camps, and we're tracking really well, and we're looking to build on what we started last year. So, no, looking forward to that as well. So, tick this one off, mate, and got another one to tick off. So
awesome. So if you've got a problem, mate, call the doctor, because he's got the solutions, and hopefully he's got the solutions in April against Australia. Touch, what a game. Signing out from the 2018 Etu Whanau. What a great campaign. Signing out, George Yonke. Let's hear it, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Touch, what a game.